So here is the full gist between Kwam 1, or you can call him Wasiu Ayinde, the Fuji music icon, and ValueJet or ValueJet pilot, Captain Oluranti Ogoyi. They call her Rantilicious. A beautiful ValueJet pilot who couldn't stomach and Oba's rascality. You know, sometimes when the high and mighty or the rich and mighty go around their businesses in Nigeria, they feel like others are maybe animals, others are low class people, others are nobodies. So Kwam 1 carried a flask containing alcohol. You see in this video, you see that Kwam 1 has actually been flying with this flask, but that he has been flying with it and maybe other airlines are, you know, onboarding him or allowing him to fly with that doesn't mean that he's allowed in other airlines and even under safety protocol. The liquid in that bottle, the alcohol in that bottle, is more than 10 milligrams, according to what I have read from verified sources. And I'm going to read to you guys the express statement released by Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria and also from the Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo. So when the airport security guys approached Kwam 1, he was adamant. You know, he refused to let go of the liquid, and he refused to explain to them what is contained in the liquid. I understand Kwam 1's fury because other airlines may have allowed him to fly with it, but ValueJet said no, you can't fly with this. He became angry. He poured the liquid to the airport employee, the security guy, and that was when they got to know that it was alcohol. Now the lady who is the captain, Oluranti Ogoyi, who is also the daughter of a senator, he also did the same, poured the liquid on the captain. Can you imagine? Maybe because he feels he's a friend of Tinubu. Remember when his father died, Tinubu called him, so he believes he can do anything and get away with it. That's why Nigeria is in this mess she is today, because those who believe they are either in power or have access or connection to those in power, they believe they can do anything and get away with it. Look at how just a liquid almost ended the life of a wealthy man, a known man. Imagine what it is for a president to call you just a liquid. I was staying at a place where 50 naira ended the life of a conductor, and the person who even killed the conductor has 22,000 naira in his pocket. Kwam 1 has all the money in this world to book, in fact to fly private jets. Kwam 1 has all the money in this world to even book another airline, no matter the cost, in naira. But look at how his life almost ended. That is what you see in men who are full of rascality. So this pilot, Oluranti Ogoyi, who is the daughter of a senator, felt differently when she was assaulted. How can you pour an alcohol on the body of a captain and a pilot? So she, just like Shakespeare said, there is no fury in the world greater than that of a woman scorned, insulted, abused. And that was how the captain, Oluranti Ogoyi, ordered that the aircraft should be locked, and it was locked. She decided to move it, and you see Kwam 1 now dodging the aircraft. We thought that I have read from various commentators, what Kwam 1 did is tantamount to holding the airline hostage, endangering the lives of the people on board and endangering the life of other people as well. I mean, can you even imagine it? Okay, let me read the statement released by Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, and then I will also read the statement released by Festus Keyamo, Minister of Aviation. The Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria wishes to formally address the incident that occurred on Tuesday, 5th August 2025 at the domestic terminal of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. The incident involved a notable Nigerian musician, King Wasiu Ayinde Marshal, also known as K1 the Ultimate, and a pilot of ValueJet Airlines. Preliminary investigations confirmed that the passenger was scheduled to board the morning flight to Lagos, operated by ValueJet Airlines. During boarding, the passenger attempted to carry an unidentified liquid substance on board, despite repeated warnings from aviation security personnel and the flight captain, in accordance with international aviation security standards, specifically Nigeria's National Civil Aviation Security Program. Liquids exceeding 10 milligram are not permitted through security screening unless medically necessary and properly declared. The passenger was informed of this regulation but reportedly declined to comply As boarding continued, an airline security officer asked the passenger to step aside for further clarification. The passenger allegedly refused and spilled the contents of the flask on the officer, which turned out to be alcohol. The flight captain intervened but faced similar resistance. After confirming the boarding was complete, she instructed the closure of the aircraft door. At this juncture, the passenger moved to the front of the aircraft and refused to leave the area despite repeated requests. He was ultimately escorted away by Aviation Crime Unit for further investigation, after which he was released. Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria reiterates its unwavering commitment to safety and security of all passengers, crew, and airport personnel. The authority will not tolerate any action that compromise operational integrity or undermine aviation safety standards, regardless of the individuals involved. This matter remains under thorough investigation, and all parties found culpable will be held accountable to the law. Now, the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, they are being diplomatic because as at this time, proper investigation have not been made and verdict has not actually been given. Now, this is what the Minister of Aviation has got to say. He said, I have received reports from all the relevant aviation agencies regarding the altercation between the staff and crew of ValueJet and Kwam at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, on Tuesday, August 5, 2025. I have also received video footages of the incident. From all details so far received, my preliminary impression is that it was obviously a case of temporary loss of sanity and control on both sides, which could have led to serious fatalities, which is true. I mean, if you have been following K1, you know that this man is full of rascality. But on the other hand, the captain, the Captain Oluranti Ogoyi, shouldn't have even moved the airline. But because she felt she was scorned and abused and insulted, she decided to do what her mind pushes her to do. Contrary to what the agents of Kwam have said, he constantly moved his position on the tarmac to actually block the aircraft from taxiing to take position on the runway for takeoff. This is totally unacceptable behavior. The issue of whether he was carrying water or alcohol is not even in issue at this point. It is the physical blockage of the aircraft from taxiing that is the reprehensible conduct here, which akin to a hostage situation. The actual video footage, yes, he attached the video. Is a hostage. It's as if he was holding the aircraft to hostage, you know. It's total madness. He said, on the other hand, no amount of provocation should make the captain and the pilot of an aircraft begin to taxi without ensuring that the security personnel have safely moved an unruly passenger away that is standing in front of an aircraft. Both sides breach safety protocol as required by the International Civil Aviation Organization. I have noted that the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, has temporarily suspended the license of the captain and the pilot pending full investigation. I commend them for their proactive action. However, I have also questioned their sense of justice in only acting against one party and not the other party. What applies to the goose must also to the gander. That is one of the tenets of justice I have preached all my life. I will not sit idly by and allow this to pass. In the circumstance, I have also directed the NCAA to place Kwam on a no-fly list pending further and full investigation, just like captain and pilot. All airlines, both domestic and international, should immediately be informed of this directive, and anyone who flouts this directive risks withdrawal of their operating license. Well, I heard from various sources that Kwam or Wasiu Ayinde, whatever thing you call him, K1 the ultimate, have also been placed on no-fly ban for 6 months. Well, I can only laugh at it because this is a man that Tinubu called on the phone, and you know that under this Tinubu regime there is violation of rule of law. The rule of law is not respected. There is mass and gross violation of rule of law, you know. So you will see Kwam even before the end of next week flying another airline, because I heard that he was telling the airline security officer, do you know who I am? Do you know me? He was, boasting to them, was bragging, So because he's a Tinubu loyalist and a friend of Tinubu called him. We saw the video. Tinubu called him when his father died. So Tinubu had the final verdict. It's Tinubu that will direct whether he's going to be suspended. It's Tinubu that will dictate either he'll be punished or he'll be let go or he'll be freed. So all this one, Nigerian Airport Authority is saying, Festus Keyamo, Minister of Aviation, is saying is barbash, if you allow me to say that. Look at what happened in Lagos State. The Speaker of Lagos State House of Assembly was impeached, only for Tinubu to come back and reverse it. So Tinubu is in charge of also Lagos State House of Assembly, you know. So that is what is happening in this country. This man called Kwam should even go to prison. If you look at Very Dark Man's view on it, you look at Ayo Fayoshe's brother's view on it, and it's all the same. Kwam should be punished, severely punished, so that whosoever that believes, that thinks he is wealthy and rich in this country, will learn how to observe safety protocols, will learn how to follow due process, will learn how to abide by rules and regulations.